We had a pretty cool party that we went to the other night.
We did. We did for my best friend Muff. Matt Allen. Shout out to Muff.
Shout out to Muff. Had an awesome party for him, dude.
Muff's a badass.
Muff is a badass.
We had Las Vegas come to Blue Springs, our little town, little hometown. Played a little roulette, played a little blackjack. Raised like $850 for that kid.
That was awesome. And I'm glad I hadn't given any money towards it yet, and I was glad that I gave my money towards him on his birthday so he could buy whatever he wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
But tell us a little bit about Matt's background.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically grew up with the kid. Been my best friend since like 6th grade. That's actually who I lived with out in San Diego. But yeah, he's unfortunately came down with one of the rarest diseases known to man, basically, called Gerstmann, Straussler, Schienker syndrome, which is a prion disease. Basically, what it does is there's I can't remember if it's an infection in one of your proteins, as for one of your gene proteins. I can't remember if it's an infection or if it's a virus, but it's something like that. But basically, one of his proteins is mutated, and it's caused this. It's a neurodegenerative disease, which basically what this one does is it attacks your muscles. So he doesn't have any control over his muscles anymore. And it also affects your ability to speak. So yeah, it's very rare. There's no treatment. There's no cure. Once it's started, you know, there's no reversing it. There's really no slowing it down. The only thing you can really do is just kind of make his life as easy as you possibly can while he's going through it. So barring a medical breakthrough or anything like that, the only thing that I've been ever able to find on it is gene therapy. There's a system out there called CRISPR. They've only used it on one living human being. But again, I mean, it's so new that I don't know if they have to go through like the FDA or how to set up a clinical trial or set up a experimental, a
test.
Yeah, exactly. Or some sort of experimental, I don't know if it's a surgery or exactly how it works, but they go in and they specifically target a gene, which is exactly what Muff has. Like, one of his genes is messed up. So this CRISPR technology is supposed to be able to go in, identify that specific gene, and I don't know if they remove it or if they can alter it or what the case is. But that's basically how that works.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy how advanced technology is, but also I would assume something like that, I mean, like the funding for it probably comes out of pocket, right? Which is what the GoFundMe's for and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know that this specific CRISPR technology is done out of University of California, I want to say. So, I mean, obviously the university gets funding through the university or whatever. But as far as like if he were to get operated on it, I don't know whether or not he would have to pay out of pocket. I don't know if because he's got insurance through Blue Cross Blue Shield right now.
Okay.
They're trying to get him on Medicaid right now. Hopefully he can get on Medicaid so that because I think Medicaid will pay for in-home care, especially if you're terminally ill like him. But I went over his insurance policy, and it seemed like he could get hospice care for free through that.
Okay.
But I mean, normally a hospice care, it's more
towards the end.
Well, right, but I mean, he's also terminally ill, and you just don't know when the last part of his life is going to be, really. I mean,
so does he have a nurse now that comes and takes care of him, or is it all his
No,
step-parents?
that's what they're trying to get now. They're trying to get some sort of in-home care to come help Chuck and Terry, who's taking care
Wow,
of him.
yeah. And they have jobs, and it's just unbelievable that they're able
Yeah,
to take care of him like that.
Yeah, I mean he can't do a lot of things. It's tough for him to eat, tough for him to talk. He can't really, you got to wheel him to the bathroom. It's hard for him to even brush his damn teeth. So it really sucks. It's really terrible. But
That's what's crazy, and that's one cool thing about this podcast, an opportunity to bring awareness to stuff like this. And
exactly. There's two things. If anybody wants to donate to it, he's got a GoFundMe. His name's Matthew Allen. Or you can also donate to the Creutzfeldt-Jakob Disease Foundation. That's another prion disease. That's the most common one. I think there's like 3 or 4 prion diseases, but that's one of them, the Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, and then the Gerstmann, Straussler, Schienker syndrome, which is what Muff has. That's another prion disease. So they're the only foundation that we've been able to find that even, takes funding for that type of research and to help families out with people that have this terrible disease. So if anybody wants to, go try to give some money towards it or whatever, it'd be greatly appreciated. So,
and I would say a similar disease that compare it to, would you say, would be like Parkinson's or muscular? I don't know about muscular dystrophy, but
well, I mean, it's not like Alzheimer's where he's forgetting anything, and he's not in any constant pain, really.
Okay.
So he's still all there when you talk to him. He knows what you're saying. He can respond as best as he can to you. But he's still all there, and he doesn't have any constant pain. It's just he doesn't have any control over what his body is doing to him, basically.
Yeah.
And maybe his mind is going. It is a neurodegenerative disease, so it does affect your neurons in your brain and whatnot. But it may also be because I'm not a doctor, so I don't know every single in and out about it. But it may just be the neurons that's going from his brain to the rest of his body and trying to control his body too. So, and that seems to be the main cause of all this. Because he just cannot. He tells his body to do one thing, and it wants to do something else, and it's very like, if you go to try to like touch him, he's very reactionary, and it jerks his body
rigid,
and stuff like
rigid
that.
Would be
So, he's very stiff.
Yeah. So near and dear to our hearts. I thought the craziest thing, if you Google the syndrome, I can't remember what it. I don't know it like you know it, but
Gerstmann, Straussler, Schienker. You can just say GSS. That's the short acronym for
one of the craziest things I read, at least on Wikipedia, was that it's only known to be in 8 families in the entire world, this disease. And so
it's extremely rare. Like extremely rare.
So
you never, and that's a crazy thing, man. You never think that. Now, I mean, his mom, we're pretty sure his mom had the same thing, but she never got. The only way to diagnose it is to get a full genome test. They have to map out your full genome.
Okay.
So his mom unfortunately passed away whenever we were in high school. And we're pretty sure, because this is passed down, it's passed down through your family.
Hereditary. And
I think you have a 50% chance of passing it to your kids, something like that.
Wow.
So when she passed away and she got her autopsy done, I think they said she had either cotton wool's Alzheimer's or something like that. But anyways, or Cottonwoods
yeah.
dementia, something along those lines. But she was not fully diagnosed with the same thing that he has. But she had the exact same symptoms, the exact same, you know.
That was 15 years ago, probably.
Yeah,
Something like that.
we were in high school, so we had to be 15, 16, 17, somewhere in there. So I want to say we were sophomores. I can't remember exactly, but I want to say we were sophomores or juniors. Because I remember Coach Michael being there, and we didn't know Coach Michael before we went to the high school or whatever, and at least freshman year. So, but yeah, shout out to Coach Michael, by the way. Nobody knows who that is, but he was
But you do.
dude. Coach Michael was one of the best freaking people and coaches and mentors I've ever had in my life, dude. That guy was awesome.
Have to have him on the show sometime.
Yeah, I'm sure he would love to come on. He's the activities director. I think he's still the activities director out there.
Blue Springs South?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Blue Springs South.
But yeah, for sure.